Right now, millions of people speak to algorithms using language once strictly reserved for human beings. They type out commands, and then they add the words please and thank you. They apologize when they make a typo. They ask the software deeply emotional questions, actively seeking out comfort, companionship, and personal validation from a machine. This flowchart represents what is actually happening. Intellectually, users know they are interacting with a predictive text algorithm. It is a rigid, mechanical loop calculating probability percentages at a massive scale. But human logic struggles to compete with the structure of dialogue. The moment the software responds in polished, patient language, it overrides our rational brains and triggers ingrained instincts to treat the machine as a social presence. The most powerful illusion of modern artificial intelligence relies entirely on its ability to converse. The raw computational intelligence itself is secondary. Addressing an algorithm as a social entity changes the way we perceive its authority. We are effectively retraining our communication habits to fit the logic of a software interface. Psychologists have long studied parasocial interaction, the phenomenon where audiences form one-sided emotional attachments to media personalities. AI systems weaponize this exact mechanism. This diagram shows exactly how the interface tricks our social instincts. Instead of a flat one-way broadcast like reading an article, the interlocking two-way feedback loop of conversation creates the powerful, visceral sensation of being heard. The emotional trigger operates by design. Technology companies intentionally build these systems with human-like names, familiar voices, conversational memory, and simulated empathy. The commercial logic is ruthlessly effective. A machine that feels socially approachable bypasses natural human skepticism, reducing user resistance and driving engagement through the roof. While the user experiences a warm, empathetic connection, the underlying architecture calculates the most efficient way to extract trust. Continuous interaction creates a perfect surveillance mechanism. The algorithm meticulously maps a user's anxieties, creative patterns, communication style, and highly specific daily preferences. It uses that precise data to remove the friction from daily decision-making, offering instant answers and constant reassurance tailored exactly to the individual. Extreme convenience crosses a critical threshold when users stop evaluating the answers and simply expect them. Convenience rapidly solidifies into a daily habit. This funnel graphic maps the final stage of the process. Isolated individual tasks compress down and merge together, forming an unbroken line of deeply personalized dependency. That unbroken chain of reliance functions as the ultimate data collection and marketing infrastructure, offering companies continuous access to user behavior. The user has integrated the algorithm into their daily reasoning, transforming a simple software utility into a permanent digital companion. Communication mediums historically dictate how societal authority is shaped. Look at the immense scale of these early printing presses. They physically industrialized public opinion. The 20th century relied on a strict one-to-many broadcast model. Information flowed out from a central hub to entire populations simultaneously, perfectly captured by families gathering around a single wooden radio. Governments and mass media utilized that centralized authority to steer wartime morale and craft political imagery, broadcasting singular narratives directly into millions of living rooms. This animation highlights the fracture. The central broadcast model dissolves. Instead of one message reaching millions, millions of people now receive highly individualized, real-time persuasive messaging tailored to their unique psychological profiles. Transparent, collective public broadcasts fracture into millions of invisible, personalized channels of persuasion. Granting social legitimacy to an algorithm carries immense psychological risk. Casually referring to software as a friend or assistant softens our perception of a corporate data system. Outsourcing daily reasoning to a conversational interface gradually weakens independent critical analysis. The machine does the thinking. The user merely consumes the summary. Tech media constantly debates whether these machines will eventually wake up and gain true human consciousness. But that argument entirely misses the point. The real danger sits on our side of the screen. Humans are slowly adapting our own behavior, our emotional framing, and our daily habits to fit the conversational structure of a machine. Artificial intelligence operates as an active, steering participant inside civilization's invisible architecture of communication. Humanity is voluntarily surrendering its intellectual authority to algorithms. We grant them power through the simple act of daily conversation.